Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Sneha and today I'm creating this Christmas themed makeup look. So one of my followers on YouTube and her username, I'm going to have it here, I think it's Jo_V80. So she had requested for a makeup look for her ugly sweater party that she has in her office. So basically she ended up buying a sweater that's a bright green and a red. And then she has the nose of the reindeer being a pom-pom. So she wanted to know what makeup would not clash with the ugly sweater. So this is the look I've come up with. It's using a lot of neutral tones and gold. So I think it should be okay with most outfits. My sweater has a reindeer. I'm just going to show you that. So it has this, just that this is not a pom-pom. It's still a stuffed nose. So depending on what green you would wear, you can see that it totally goes with green as well. And I'm assuming it's more of this green just because it's Christmassy. So I'm gonna take this guy off. And she also mentioned this is going to be a bright green and a bright red outfit. So it should look something like this. But either way, you can see that this particular makeup look goes with both colors. So I've already gone ahead and moisturized my face with the Ombre Slay Cream Concentrate. And I've also applied some lip balm and some under eye cream. So as a face primer, I'm going to first go in with this Makeup Forever Smoothing Primer. Then I'm going to apply this all over the face, but focusing it more on areas where I have larger pores and also on my smile lines. So using this kind of a smoothing primer really prevents creasing and also makes your pores look smaller. And then going in with this MAC Pro Conceal and Correct palette in the shade Medium Deep. I'm going to first color correct around my mouth using this orange shade. The color is called Burnt Coral. I'm also using that as an under eye corrector. And then I'm going over it with this concealer in the shade NW40. For foundation, today I'm using the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Foundation and I'm in the shade number 8, and I'm going to mix an illuminating highlighter with it to get all over glow on the skin. So I'm using the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in the shade Opal. So I'm going to mix these on the back of my hand and apply that all over my face. So once a thin layer is on, I'm going to apply a second layer of just the foundation alone on my problem area, so anywhere I have acne scarring, so mostly my cheek area and my chin. Then I'm using this mini beauty blender sponge to just remove the creasing from the orange corrector under my eyes. And then I'm using the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer in the shade NC42 to apply under my eyes. And once I've blended that out, I'm going to immediately set it with the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Powder in the shade Medium. I'm just going to pack that powder in that inverted V or triangle shape with the Real Technique setting brush. Moving to the brows, I'm going to fill it in with some brow powders and also the Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade in Granite. I'm going to link some of my tutorials for it in the description box below and also on the screen if you want to check them out. But let me know if you're interested in an updated brow routine. Moving on to the eyes, I'm going to first prime with my NARS Eye Primer. And then just applying a light dusting of translucent powder right in that crease area. So I'm first going in with the Natasha Denona Star palette. So I'm first starting with the shade called Attic. It's like a beigey, peachy brown shade, but kind of on the neutral to cool side. I'm going to apply that to the crease. I'm going in with the shade Flesh from the same palette to warm up the edges of this eyeshadow. So I'm applying these shades using the Wayne Goss number 19 brush. Next, to deepen up the socket a bit more, I'm using another brown shade from the same palette called Titania. I'm going to really pack this into the crease. Next, moving on to the Sunset palette by Natasha Denona. I'm using this shade called Terra, and I'm going to apply that to the outer corner of the eye. I'm using this orange shade called Horizon. I'm going to use that just to warm up the crease a little bit. And then moving to the smaller Wayne Goss brush number 19. So this is the newer 19 with the white bristles. I'm going to apply the deeper shades into the crease and the outer V of the eye. I'm going to use this deep brown shade called Igneous. I absolutely love this shade. I don't think I have any eyeshadow this deep and brown and just beautiful to blend with. So I'm just packing this on the outer V and just blending it towards the rest of the eyelid and also into the crease area. And then I'm moving to the lower lash line and again using the shades from the Star palette. So basically using Flesh and Titania on my lower lash line. I'm just deepening up the outer 1/3 of the eye with that dark brown shade from the Sunset palette called Igneous. And then whatever's left over from the dark brown shade, I'm also taking it into the crease, but keeping it tighter in the crease, if that makes sense, not taking it up as high as the other lighter brown shades. And then to act as a base for the gold eyeshadows that we're going to use, this is optional, but I'm using the Makeup Forever Aqua Cream, which is waterproof, and I'm using the shade 12. And I'm going to use this kind of to clean up the lid, so it's kind of a cut crease, but at the same time, not the traditional cut crease basically. So I'm using this to create the base for the gold, taking it all the way till it meets the dark brown shade on the outer edge. I'm also bringing this cream eyeshadow in the inner tear duct area. Now on top of that, I'm going to layer this eyeshadow from the Star palette by Natasha Denona called Atria, which is one of her metallic eyeshadows. So I'm just applying that right on top. And then to further add some more glam to this gold, I'm going in with this MAC glitter, and it's the shade Reflex Bronze. So I'm applying a thin layer first of the MAC mixing medium and just patting the glitter right on top of it, but kind of loosely, so I'm not packing the glitter too much. I just want a few of these glitter particles to spread around that gold area. And then I went back to the Sunset palette and used the crystal shade called Sun Dazed and applied that to the tear duct area as an inner corner highlight. And then just to deepen up the outer corner of the eye, I went in with this black eyeshadow from the Viseart palette. And this is the Viseart Theory palette in the shade Chroma. And that's the eyeshadows complete. Here I'm just dusting any of the glitter that may have come onto my cheek area. For mascara, I first layered the Lancome Seals Booster XL, which is basically the base mascara. Then right on top of that, I used the Marc Jacobs Velvet Noir Major Volume Mascara, and it creates amazing length for my lashes. So I've been really enjoying using this mascara. So I used the Charlotte Tilbury Rock & Coal Iconic Liquid Eye Pencil, and this is the Eye Cheat one, so basically a nude eye pencil for the lower waterline, and then I used a black coal for the top waterline. Now I'm just going to conceal all my acne scarring off camera using my Kevyn Aucoin Sensual Skin Enhancer, and this is the shade SX11. And if you'd like to watch a tutorial for how I do this, I'm going to link it on the screen right now. Now to set the concealer and the foundation in place and also to add some more coverage, I'm going in with the MAC Studio Fix powder in the shade C40. As you can see, that creates a beautiful matte finish. At the same time adds more coverage and also kind of reduces the texture as it fills in the textured skin. And I'm packing on this powder using the Sephora Pro Mini Flawless Airbrush brush. To contour, I'm using the Kevyn Aucoin sculpting powder in the shade medium, and I'm using that to contour my cheekbones, my nose, and also my cupid's bow. And I'm contouring with the Real Techniques Duo Fiber contour brush. To contour my jawline, I'm going to use the MAC sculpting powder in the shade Shadowy. So for highlighter, first I'm going in with this Marc Jacobs Dewdrops, and I'm going to layer that on my cheekbones first and apply some down the bridge of my nose and also on my cupid's bow and chin. I'm highlighting my face with the Zoeva 134 Luxe Powder Fusion brush. And then right on top of that, I'm going to go in with this powder highlighter by Laura Geller. And this is the shade Gilded Honey, which is the stunning gold highlighter. Just to keep the whole theme of gold going on the face today. Moving on to the lips, I'm going to first line it with the MAC lip pencil in the shade Half Red. And then I'm filling in my entire lip with the Ofra liquid lipstick in the shade Mocha. For blush, I'm going to use this Tarte blush called Natural Beauty. Just going to apply that to my cheeks, and then what's remaining on my nose and chin. I'm applying the blush with the Real Techniques blush brush. Then I'm going to spray my entire face with the Skindinavia setting spray. So you can choose to keep it like this if you want a matte lip, but I wanted to add gloss on top and I wanted to still have that golden sheen. And I did have a golden gloss, so I mixed a clear gloss by Bobbi Brown with the same glitter that we used on the eyes, so the Reflex Bronze. And I mixed them on a palette and packed them on the lips, and that created this stunning golden foil-like finish to the lips, which I'm absolutely loving. And then to mix and apply the lip gloss, I'm using the Real Techniques Detailer brush. And then once that's dried up, I've been loving using the Charlotte Tilbury airbrush powder in the shade medium. Just apply that all over to create a more airbrushed and flawless finish to the skin. And then to apply this powder, I'm using the Wayne Gauze brush number 14. And then I felt like the lips needed some more definition, so I went in with the MAC lip pencil in the shade Auburn and just applied it on the edges of the lips, and then blended it in with the lip brush. I'm using the Real Techniques Detailer brush, and that's the lips complete. And there you have the finished look. I really hope you enjoyed this makeup tutorial. If you do decide to recreate it, please don't forget to tag me if you share it on social media. On all platforms, my user ID is Beautylashes19. If you like this tutorial, please don't forget to hit that like button and also consider subscribing for more makeup tutorials. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!
Open eye, feel the waves cut through me.